Now it's time for us to learn the notes on the strings. So we're going to go string by string, and each exercise will teach us one string at a time and what the notes are and where they are on the guitar. So if you look at the exercises, you'll notice that we have the musical staff that we talked about with rhythms, and that has 5 lines. That tells us what note we're going to play and how long we're going to play it, depending on the kind of note from the rhythms. Then below that, you'll also see the letter names of the notes, and below that, 6 lines. Those 6 lines are called guitar tablature. Guitar tablature represents the actual strings of the guitar, but you need to remember that it's upside down from how you look at the guitar. The top line is actually the string that's closest to the floor when you're holding the guitar. So the first string we're going to learn is called the high E string. And it's called the high E string because it's the highest sounding string on the guitar, not because it's the highest physically. So when you look at the tabs, you'll see numbers, and that just tells you what fret you play. A 0 means you play the string open, or you don't press down on it, you just play it. So you'll notice you see the note E, and below that the letter E, and then the tab, which is circled, and that's a 0. So every time you see an E, you just play this first string open. When you want to play an F, you press down on the first fret with your first finger. And when you want to play a G, you use your third finger on the third fret. You'll notice that E and F are only 1 fret apart. No matter where on the guitar you are, E is always 1 fret from F. That's called a half step. F and G are always 2 frets apart. That's known as a whole step. So again, no matter where you are on the guitar, you play them a whole or a half step apart. So once you've learned these notes, then you go to lesson 5 exercises, and you practice them with a metronome. Now you'll notice I wrote down the letter names underneath so you could see how that works, but it's not a good idea for you to write the letter names under your musical examples. You need to memorize every note that you're playing. But it is a good idea to say the letter names out loud as you play them. So I'm going to play lesson 5.1 for you and say the letter names out loud with a metronome. E, 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 F, 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 G, 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 F, F, E, E. And now I'm going to look at lesson 5.3. Now you'll notice that this one is in 3/4 time, so we're only counting to 3 each measure, and at the very end it has a half note, so you have to let that half note sustain for 2 beats. E, F, G, G, F, E, E, F, E, G, F, E, E, E. So that's how you're going to play each of these exercises and practice them as we learn each string. Start with lesson 5, memorize those, and then the next lesson we go to, lesson 6, will teach us the second string. Okay, here we have notes on the high E string. So, this here is my high E string, the string that's on the top of the tablature on lesson 5. So when I play it open, I just play the string. That note is an E. If I press down with my index finger on the first fret, I get the note F. You notice I don't press on top of the fret, but right behind it. And then with my third finger, if I press on the third fret, I have G.